Hello YouTube, I'm Paddy and welcome to Paddy's DIY. In this video I'm revisiting a topic of one of my older videos about how to fit a window restrictor or a child safety restrictor onto a window. In the original video I had a sample window, you could call it, and it was just sitting on my desk, and a couple of people commented saying that they'd like to see the video done in a real world scenario. So these are the restrictors that I use, and they can be bought from Screwfix among others. There are other manufacturers that make very similar looking restrictors, and it'll be the same method that's used in this video for those as well. Now this is the right-handed version and this is the left-handed version. Now this section of the window restrictor should always be fitted onto the sash, which is the opening section of the window, and the stud should always be fitted onto the frame. Now I know of at least one window manufacturer that fits it the other way around, and it's obviously done to suit their window profile. It works okay, but it's just a little bit more difficult to release the restrictor. The restrictor should be fitted so that it closes with the hinge of the window. If you fit the restrictor the opposite way around, what can happen, like I show here, is that the restrictor can jam the sash and stop it closing. This is a drawing to help you choose which hand to use. So what hand restrictor do you need for your window? Now in an ideal world you would literally just look at that drawing I put up and away you go. But nearly every window sash will either hang a little bit to one side over the other, or on a side hung sash it will droop down, and this will affect where you will be able to fit the restrictor. I'm going to show you what I mean. Here I have a window that I want to fit the restrictor on. This is the bottom of the window, and I try to close the sash over the stud. As you can see, it's a long way off from passing over the top of it. This means that the window sash is hanging or sagging down, so there is more of a gap at the top than there is at the bottom, which means I won't be able to fit the restrictor on the bottom, or I could fix the window sagging, but that's something for another video. This means if I bought a left-hand restrictor for the bottom and now it won't fit, I will need a right-hand one for the top. So the height of the stud and the restrictor, they're pretty much the same. It's 11 millimeters. So 11.5 we could say. So the minimum you'll need is 12 millimeters for the window to pass over the top of it, or pass to the side of it, whichever way you're fitting it. So the next thing to do is to get your measuring tape and check to see if you have at least 12 millimeters on the side you want to fit the restrictor on. So now that I know what hand I need, I can fit the restrictor. There are two channels on this window profile. So on the sash, fit it to the channel closest to the seal. The most important thing when fitting a restrictor, or anything for that matter that involves working from heights, is safety. Now I have a wrist strap on my drill, and if you don't have one, just get some cord and tie it around your drill and then tie it around your wrist. Make sure it prevents the drill from falling. To screw the restrictor to the sash, I just turn my drill like this and operate the trigger with my thumb. Now I've been doing this a long time and I make it look very easy here, but in fact I can't see a thing of what I'm doing with my hands. I'm using my fingers and feeling for the screw hole in the restrictor. positioning the screw and keeping the restrictor snug in the channel. It can be very tricky to do. Now, in situations where I have to fit the restrictor on the top of a side hung sash and there is fit and soffit directly above the sash, when you lean out and try and point your drill down, you don't have enough room. The fascia, the fascia and soffit is in the way. So in those scenarios, what I use is this. It's a little right angle attachment. I got this in, I think it was Lidl or Aldi for about €6 or €7. I've seen them on Amazon or eBay as well, and they're about the same kind of money. So literally put it into your drill, and then you just get your driver bit. Obviously I have an extension on it, but yeah, you get the idea. And then it does that. So a situation where you're reaching out and trying to hold the restrictor, hold the screw, hold the drill and attachment and not fall out the window yourself, it's pretty tricky. That's why I recommend, if at all possible, to fit the restrictor on the bottom of a side hung sash. You can literally just lean out the window and you can see what you're doing. It's way easier. Because I know that this window has dropped down a bit, I know I will need these packer pieces for it to work. Now, these don't come with the restrictors in Screwfix, but there's a lot of online shops that sell them with the restrictors. The stud should be fitted to the channel furthest away from the seal on the frame. All I'm doing now is positioning the stud so it strikes the leading edge of the restrictor and screwing it into place. Even with the packers under the stud, the restrictor is marginally too low, so I'm just going to give the restrictor arm the smallest of bends, and it's perfect. Test that the restrictor catches, releases, and then recatches. Now I'm going to fit the restrictor onto a top hung sash, and it's exactly the same method as the side hung sash. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to reply back to them as soon as I can. Please like and subscribe. And if you found this video useful, or any of my other videos useful for that matter, there's a button down here somewhere. It's called Super Thanks, and basically, if you're feeling generous, you can buy me the equivalent of a cup of coffee or a beer. Anything is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching.